An Evening Under the Stars, presented by the Metro North Chamber of Commerce. Now don't get me wrong, 'cause I wasn't even there, but I know all about it. Trust me, Bud from Schaaf Floral made me aware. You know, it was late at night, but Bud went on and on. All I wanted was some sleep, and finally he was gone. Since he was so excited, I thought I'd better share, at least as best as I can. The gala was at Target Field. It didn't just happen. There was a careful plan. There was a huge silent auction with everything under the sun, from a full-page ad in the Sun newspaper to a golf club if you wanted some fun. There was a table full of wine and vodka. For $10 a ticket, you picked a numbered cork, which had a bottle to match. Some was very high-end, if you were lucky enough to make that catch. It cost $20 to play Reaching for the Stars, which Bud thought was the best deal by far. Each star had a gift card underneath it with a value from $20 to $50. There you are. Bud won a $50 Cub gift card, but for another $20 you could buy a chance to win $750 in cash from Minnesota Jobs. A small entry fee for such a large dance. Syria Lynch sold the most tickets. No one could turn her down. And who wins the $750 but Debbie from Tax Facts? She's won so often, she holds the crown. Jess Robertson and Lori made it fun with a game called Heads or Tails. You'd predict a coin flip with your hands. The last person standing prevails. It was beautiful jewelry from Gold's. As you might guess, it was sought after by all. The last game was won by a man from Royal Credit Union. Yes, Meg Chioda was standing tall. There was a great tour of the stadium, locker rooms, dugout, and even the cooler for the beer. Our tour guide started out as an usher. Now works the VIP lounge, quite proud and happy, that's clear. Chris Mickman donated a weekend on an island of his. It sounded really quite grand. 3 days with nature and all the comforts in new Amish-built cabins on his land. The big ticket was from Warner Stellion. A hockey doubleheader at the U. A suite for 16 people with the Warners serving the food. What better could you do? The food was good and the setting great, with the dessert even better at the end. Bundt cakes for one and all. Nothing Bundt cakes knew what to send. Bud said the auctioneer was great. A county commissioner with personality and guile. Scott Schulte worked the crowd in a masterful way. People just kept bidding with a smile. There were really no speeches, a much appreciated fact. There were short remarks by a few, but they were all pretty compact. People told why they remained in the chamber. Lori and her staff received kudos galore. Jeff Warner quoted his dad, Jeff Sr., "If you want to receive, first you got to give just a little bit more." There were many glamorous outfits. Yes, ladies dressed to the nines. It had to be a difficult decision while watching them drink the fine wines. And the best dressed person won $100. Greater Midwest Realty sponsored the Glitz Award, won by the owner of Blaine Massage. She did look quite glamorous. You can bet she wasn't ignored. Jess Robertson and her committee should be commended for planning and executing so well. The only problem I see that might arise, will they be able to top it next year? Time alone will tell. I've never seen Bud quite this excited. He's already planning on going next year. It sounds so exciting I like to go myself. I know. It probably would cause people to leer. I'm the man in the jug.